Welcome back to the program. This is the last lap of capital markets this weekend. Well, let's begin this segment with the NASD OTC USI and its market capitalization that had contracted this week by 1.44% to 652.20 points. And, of course, the market capitalization at 433.19 billion naira. The volume traded decreased by 66%, while the total value of shares traded increased from 33.79 million naira to 38.15 million in 62 deals. 10 securities were traded, but Al Jais International Bank and Firstland Campina Wamco topped the trades list. And over to the FMDQ OTC, where activities in the domestic bonds market remained at a lull this week, as average yield across benchmark bonds declined on all trading days except Friday. While average yield ended at 15% on Thursday with some improvements at the short end of the curve, yields rose 0.1% on Friday, but the market was down 0.2% week on week. And, of course, the T-bills markets, which is the flip side, had treasury bills in a mixed state. Average T-bills rate fell 0.4% to close at 17%. And the auction that took place during the week was 5 times oversubscribed. That's what analysts said, with bids ranging from 17% to 18%. The program is still Capital Market, and it is reaching you live from Channels Television in Lagos. Lanre Ogunlano from Morgan Capital Securities is still right here with us, and this time we'll be placing our attention on the state of the market equities generally. We've seen the sustainability of volatility in the market. A lot of investors' apathy has been taking place. Talk to us about what you noticed specifically and why you think we're still seeing this, despite the fact that we had a CMC meeting this week. We also had some comments from the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, on the state of the economy and how the federal government plans now to, partner more with with private sector on quarterly basis.
Okay, I think we are getting all the necessary vibes from our corners, but the truth is that investors are yet to see the actual effect on that in the economy. And you have to understand that investors are bringing in their money. Investors, they are not interested in what we are saying. They are interested in the actual policy on ground, not necessarily the policy statement. And while not trying to suggest that the policies have not been good, but I will also say that the investors, they've not seen the action. So a lot of funds are waiting on the sidelines, like the Vice President actually suggested during the week. FDI is reduced by almost 57% year on year. FPI also reduced by over 60% year on year, and you can see that the perception of the market is still not there. And basically, that can easily be attributed to the discontent tone in the economic policy. So, the government must come together and have a coherent voice, and they should speak with one voice, because investors are coming in to invest the cash, and once they don't get the right vibe, when they don't see the right action, when they don't see the right policy statement, the right implementation, then definitely they will have to hold on to their cash. And except we want to deceive ourselves, Nigerian economy is not where it should be. Nigeria is one of the few economies that exports what she needs and imports what it doesn't need.
What do you think investors really, really want? Because to some average investors, all that you've explained now may sound rhetoric. What the federal government has been talking to an extent.
Yeah.
It's come up with some actions. We've seen subsidy removed on petrol. We've seen the deregulation of that sector, the downstream petroleum sector, which has to do with the subsidy. We've also seen that there's virtually no subsidy on electricity tariff anymore. Now, there's so much more like automated demand, an automated market in place. Why are we still not seeing these investors?
Okay, you see, we must allow market forces to control our market. Fine, yeah, there's no market in the world that just throw. There's no government in the world that just throw its market open. But petroleum sector is not deregularized. It's not deregularized yet. We must be able to take the bull by the horn and totally deregulate the market. Because now the deregulation was based on the template that was used was based on 282 naira to $1. You and I know that the FX exchange rate has shifted a lot from that part. So you can see that until there is proper deregulation. Now, the invisible hand of government is still visible everywhere. So the market has not actually attained its equilibrium. So investors see that this is still artificial. So until the proper things are done, so you won't see them bring the money in.
Okay, but in 10 seconds, how much of positivity do you see next week? In 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're still very neutral about what's going to happen next week. We'll still see that people will still be cautious, but let's hope for some level of growth.
Thank you very much, Olanrewaju Ogunlana, for coming on Capital Markets this week. And with that, we expect that this week the inflation rate for the month of July will be released to the financial market space. And let's get more forward-looking with all of this in mind as we anticipate that. And on that note, that's the program this evening. I'm Temple Ashaju, and I'll see you next time.